Middle Tennessee, the Blue Raiders still led by Coach Rick Stockstill. He's still doing his thing over there. Last year, pretty good season. Won the Hawaii Bowl against San Diego State. Definitely was a lot of fun to watch around Christmas time, of course. But overall, good year. Big win against Miami, Florida last year. Maybe lost some games that they shouldn't have. We'll see. Uh, might be a tough year this year. Let's get into the numbers. Of course, bring it up on your screen. They went 8-5 last year. Post game win expectancy, they were 7-5 in the regular season, 6.96 and 5.04. So they won exactly what games they were supposed to, right? 4-4 in the conference. The returning production numbers this year, adjusted returning production number 87 in the country, just over 57%. That's number 5 in the conference. Pretty good. But the offense, number 111, defense, number 38. Defense, pretty good. They were number 25 in PPA per drive last year on defense. So that's definitely good. But the offense wasn't great anyway, at least not efficiency wise. Number 84 PPA per drive on offense. Um, you look at the explosiveness. Yeah, they were pretty explosive. Number 52, that's explosive play rate on offense. But they weren't great at stopping stuff, right? Number 83 in explosive play rate allowed on defense. Passing success allowed, number 96. They were good against the run, though. Like, it's amazing that they were number 25 in PPA per drive when they were 46 in rushing success allowed, number 96 in passing success. But a lot of this has to do with the fact that they were number 4 in the country in turnover margin, right? They lose the quarterback, Chase Cunningham. They lose the running back, Darius Bracey. Lose wide receiver, Jalen Lane. Let's take a look at, let's take a look at the offense first. We'll start with that. Offense, pretty all over the place last year. They put up 45 on Miami. Granted, that's a transition year, Miami. And they found a way to take advantage of that secondary for sure. But they only put up 14 on UAB, and they only put up 17 on Western Kentucky. You lose your quarterback, your top 3 wide receivers, and your starting center this year. The running game does look pretty solid. They got 3 of their top 4 running backs back, along with the Northern Illinois transfer, Jaden Creedle, and they've got over 77% of their offensive line snaps back. Typically, I would think that means you should be really good on offense. But without Cunningham, I guess it's going to be quarterback Nicholas Vadiato. I hope I say that right. I don't have a lot of faith in what they're doing on offense right now because it's not a scheme you can just kind of put anybody into, right? You're losing those top 3 wide receivers. We'll see what happens. Like, this was not a running team last year, and your biggest strength is that you've got your 3 of your top 4 running backs back. Moving over to the defense, still expected to be one of the best in Conference USA. Again, number 38 in returning production, bringing it back over or almost 70% of your returning production. They lost 4 of the top 7 tacklers, but they returned 13 of the top 17. So, and you got 4 of the top 5 tackles for loss guys and your sack leaders back. They were number 25 in PPA per drive. The secondary wasn't great. Again, some of that had to do with turnover margin. They were just really efficient isn't the word. They were great at making plays when they had to. We'll just say that. Great at making plays when they had to. You look at the win total, it's set at 6.5. I don't know that I trust that. Cunningham was a pretty experienced quarterback. He took advantage of some things. He was not great against, against some of those stronger defenses in the Conference USA. But they took advantage of Miami for sure. And they found a way to get 25 points on the board against San Diego State. So that's always good. Granted, that's a bowl game. Different set of circumstances around that one. But regardless, let's look at the keys to the season. Let's look at this first. Number 13 in luck rank. I don't know if you see it there, but that includes a lot of things, right? Injury luck, turnover luck. Again, they were number 4 in turnover margin last year. Whether or not the opposing team hits field goals, whether or not the opposing team converts 4th downs, like all sorts of stuff goes into the luck rank over at team rankings. But yeah, they're projected favorites in 7 games. They got 6 toss-ups. So toss-ups to me, games that are projected to be within 1 score. I don't have nearly as much faith in this team this year. Like, Stock still always finds a way to make his teams competitive, etc. but I think this is going to be a drop-off year. Let's look at the keys to the season on this. They took advantage of that number 13 luck rank and number 4 turnover margin. They need to be more consistent this year, especially on offense. Defense is good, but it's not going to win as many games as you think. I mean, you've got 2 built-in losses here at Alabama, at Missouri. I've got a win over Colorado State, but we'll see. Colorado State, I think, is going to be much improved this year. The road schedule in the conference is rough, but the fact that this is not the most difficult conference in the country is also helpful, right? They have to play at Western Kentucky, at Liberty, at New Mexico State, at Sam Houston, and those are not like awful. You've got some of the easier games in the conference at home. Like maybe you'll be able to make that work in Murfreesboro. Stockstill is adept at pulling rabbits out of his hat, but man, he's got to figure out that quarterback position. Like this is big. I have this team at 5-7 this year, so I am going under the 6.5 win total. That's juiced at no. That's the underdog side. To go over is -125. I'm going under at -105. Better odds on that one. This roster ain't great. I'll just say that. Roster is not great. So I've got them at 5-7. The ceiling on this team, I think, is 7-5. The floor, I think, is 3-9. That's where I'm going with this. The ceiling at 7-5, that's winning all of the games that you're a projected favorite in, and that's it. While the numbers say that they are projected favorites in 7, I don't know that I necessarily believe that will be the case by the time we get to certain points. So, I love Rick Stockstill. I think this is going to be a down year. I might be the minority. I understand that the conference is getting a little bit easier, but yeah, I maybe I should trust him more, but I'm going to go 5-7 here. I don't think they make a bowl this year. Maybe they're prepping for next year. We'll see. It's going to be a good defense. That offense, we'll see. We'll see about Middle Tennessee.
Thanks for listening to Winning Cures Everything. Make sure and follow me on Twitter at GaryWCE. If you want to toss in a question, you can email me, Gary@winningcureseverything.com. Make sure and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.